Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you. You ain't heard nothing.
Hello and welcome to an unexpected and surprising book haul. I recently placed an order for a couple of biographies and was eagerly looking forward to receiving them. The parcel arrived and I thought, oh goody, they have arrived. I began to open the parcel and I saw that a couple of paperbacks had been included, and I thought, oh, that is nice of them. They've given me a couple of free books. I continued to open the parcel and saw that neither of the books I had ordered was in the parcel. Anyway, I thought I would share with you the 4 books I did receive, none of which I would ever have ordered, but each of which is quite interesting. The first one is Sophia, Princess Suffragette Revolutionary by Anita, Anand. In 1876, Sophia Dulip Singh was born into royalty. Her father, Maharaja Dulip Singh, was heir to the Kingdom of the Sikhs, a realm that stretched from the lush Kashmir Valley to the craggy foothills of the Khyber Pass, and included the mighty cities of Lahore and Peshawar. It was a territory irresistible to the British, who plundered everything, including the fabled Kohinoor diamond. Exiled to England, the dispossessed Maharaja transformed his estate at Elvedon in Suffolk into a Mogul palace, its grounds stocked with leopards, monkeys and exotic birds. Sophia, goddaughter of Queen Victoria, was raised a genteel aristocratic Englishwoman, presented at court, afforded grace and favour lodgings at Hampton Court Palace, and photographed wearing the latest fashions for the society pages. But when, in secret defiance of the British government, she travelled to India, she returned a revolutionary. Sophia transcended her heritage to devote herself to battling injustice and inequality, a far cry from the life to which she was born. Her causes were the struggle for Indian independence, the fate of the Lascars, the welfare of Indian soldiers in the First World War, and, above all, the fight for female suffrage. She was bold and fearless, attacking politicians, putting herself in the front line, and swapping her silks for a nurse's uniform to tend wounded soldiers evacuated from the battlefields. Meticulously researched and passionately written, this enthralling story of the rise of women and the fall of empire introduces an extraordinary individual and her part in the defining moments of recent British and Indian history. The second book is The Beach by Garland, a classic story of paradise found and lost. Richard lands in East Asia in search of an earthly utopia. In Thailand, he is given a map promising an unknown island, a secluded beach, and a new way of life. What Richard finds when he gets there is breathtaking, more extraordinary, more frightening than his wildest dreams. But how long can paradise survive here on earth, and what lengths will Richard go in order to save it? It was in this book that I found the invoice and the name of the intended recipient. I've contacted both the seller and the intended recipient to try and sort out the mix-up. I asked the intended recipient if they had received my books, but they hadn't. The third book was somewhat of a surprise given the author. It's called Memories of My Melancholy Horse by Gabriel, Garcia, Marquez. I thought, this sounds a bit racy. I didn't know Marquez wrote pornography. Memoirs of My Melancholy Horse is Gabriel Garcia Marquez's first work of fiction in 10 years, and it fully lives up to the expectations of his critics, readers and fans of all ages and nationalities. Members of my Melancholy Horse introduces us to a totally new genre of Garcia Marquez's writing. It is a fairy tale for the aged, a story that celebrates the belated discovery of amorous passion in old age. This enticingly sensual yet at the same time innocent adventure tells of an unnamed second-rate reporter who, on the eve of his 90th birthday, decides to give himself a night of mad love with a virgin adolescent. In a little more than 100 pages, Garcia Marquez proceeds to describe a series of encounters that is hypnotizing and disturbing. When he first sees the chosen girl, a shy 14-year-old, asleep entirely naked in the brothel room, his life begins to change completely. Shades of Lolita. The fourth book is Umami by Laia Jufresa. In 5 extraordinary apartments live 5 extraordinary families. Designed in the shape of a tongue, each apartment takes the name of a flavour: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. And the tenants are no less eccentric. In Umami lives retired food anthropologist Alf, landlord and creator of the building. At Bitter lives manic depressive Marina, who neither eats nor paints, but invents colours with her words. At Sour lives newly parented, as well as new age, couple Daniel and Daniela, and at Salty lives the Perez Walkers with their daughter Anna, aka Agatha Christie, a precocious 12-year-old who spends her days buried in detective novels to forget the unresolved death of her younger sister. Alf is also grappling with the death of a loved one. Recently bereaved, he types letters to his dead wife in the hope she will somehow respond, and together Alf and Anna lean on and support one another until their lives threaten to spiral out of control. Darkly comic and dizzyingly inventive, Umami is a remarkable and heart-wrenching novel that is as compelling as it is whimsically devastating. I was whimsically devastated when I didn't get the books I ordered, but all's well that ends well. My 2 parcels with the books I ordered arrived on Monday morning, and I'm delighted with them. Now, how to get these other 4 books to the right person? I'm in isolation and have no intention of going to the post office. And who's going to pay the postage? Moral dilemma. Meanwhile, have you read any of these books? Let me know in the comments below. Coincidentally, a video came up on my feed about a baby that was accidentally given to the wrong couple. See the link in the show notes below. Breaking news! I received an email from the seller telling me to keep the books, and the intended recipient said they would contact the seller to ask if they can send out another package. I wish her good luck with that. She said she hoped I enjoy her eclectic selection of books. I replied that they were fascinating and could she send me some more. Meanwhile, I'll be back soon with another BookTube video.